Time to get yourself a drink, sit back, relax, put some nice music on, enjoy the show. And we're off with Title Tuesday. And I've even changed the board, hoping it will bring me some new luck. I'm going to do a mix of openings today. Still not sure I like this board, but look at that chunky piece. And we'll start off with the birds. And my opponent playing some B6 system. Be nice to have a good strong start this time. And he's going for a hippo, but a hippo is not very good for black when you have these free pawns. I'll probably change the board afterwards. I've decided I don't like it because this idea of going F5 can be quite strong. So my opponent has stopped that idea, but he gets a very cramped position in the hippo. And we're trying to annoy him on every area of the board. Okay, interesting. So let's keep pushing forwards. And I don't know, if I win this game, I might have to keep the pieces. But I'm like, I don't know, it's weird adjusting to new pieces. And I'm just trying to now... Shall we take here? I want to win this bishop with knight e5, but maybe I shouldn't be so obsessed with that. Let's just play some good, sensible moves. This is a good move, controlling the center. Queen b6, I can step out the way. And I can keep knight e5 as an idea. Okay, let's just step out the way. I don't want to run into any problems there. That's the only thing that can annoy me. And he's got the problem of developing his knight here. And I think maybe knight e5 is the move to play. But there are other options as well. I mean, I'm wondering, do I take this one? Let's do it, because I've also got the c4 square now, which looks very nice. He doesn't want to give up his dark square bishop, because his king will come very weak. And I prefer this to taking the bishop, because taking the bishop allows his queen to come in. And now, how do we continue? Could go here or here. Which one's best? Okay, we're going to open up the e-file. And the point is I might better now pick up the pawn on d6 with a useful check here. And I'll try to keep it simple by offering the exchange of queens for now. Knight takes was interesting, but maybe my queen was in trouble in some bishop move. And this looks like a clear pawn, doesn't it? I can also now target the other pawn. Okay, so knight here again. This is very interesting, because if he takes there, pawn takes, and I take his rook. That's a very weird little tactic. I don't know if I've seen that tactic before. And if I take here now, his idea is to take here. So we're just going to keep developing. We don't need to give him that. We don't need to give him this tactic. And I guess knight d7... And maybe then my bishop's going to sit nice here. It stops this pawn from moving, and my bishop can try to come into e6. And also my bishop on d3 I wasn't sure about. I mean, okay, so let's put it in on this square. And I'm still trying to take this pawn, but I want to take it without allowing him some counter blow. So I think we can take it now safely. I might even take it with a bishop. But this should be okay. Should be safe enough. And things looking good, but obviously I can still fall for a tactic. It's not like I haven't fallen for many tactics before. And I'm feeling now this knight might want to slip into e6. So maybe something like bishop b3, knight e6. Other ideas is like get the rooks to the open files. This it's got to be... Okay, let's go there now. Because if his rook comes to one of these two squares, I have maybe a knight e6. So this is a useful gain of tempo. Because he doesn't want to lose his rook. And another idea I'm thinking is if the knight goes here, I might be able to take this knight. Because then if he takes the a-pawn, you can see this guy is pretty near queening. So again, still looks pretty good for me. So he's trying to complicate. That might be a good idea, but I can go knight takes first, And let's just try to swap some pieces off. I haven't really calculated this, but I'm assuming that exchanges should help me. This is not so clear though, because of bishop d4. I'm 2 pawns up. It should be winning. Okay, so he's also got this one. That's a very good move as well. It's game on again. I've done my famous fucking up job. Wow. Unbelievable. Okay, so I can come back and try to hold 1 pawn, but should I be getting my rook in? Okay, let's just get the rook in. So yeah, so I'm not going to be any pawns up here. I could totally throw this away if I'm not careful. But let's get the rook in. I've also got this pawn. He can take this pawn, and he has. So I've got to give my king an escape square. And this is the kind of position I was thinking might give me the best chances. Now, rook b7 is a big threat, and he's fallen for it. Now this is winning. He had to get his rook behind my passed pawn. If he got his rook behind the passed pawn, then, I don't know, maybe there's some very good drawing. Maybe it's even a theoretical draw. So, in this position, rook c4, I'm winning just by the tactic of a7, rook b8. But it's not so clear had he gone rook a4, which is I'm amazed that rook a. Okay, it's my move here, so let's go back. So rook a5 even, and this position it might be a draw because his rook can stay behind my pawn. And how do I win? I can try bringing my king over, but as soon as my king gets somewhere like here, he can check it from behind. This is quite a famous endgame sort of position. I mean, I'm thinking there are some pretty good winning chances. One mistake here would be to put the pawn on a7. Don't want to do that, but I'm thinking that the good winning chances would be not to try and bring my king to support the pawn, but actually to aim for this. If his pawn was on h7, I think it very likely a draw. But this could be a problem, so I can maybe play with my king coming this way. You can imagine my king getting there in this position would be winning. So something like, let's just play this out a little bit. Something like here. I've got to be careful. I don't want to go here and allow the check. Let's play this. He comes here. I come here. He can move his king. And now my king starts coming. And the point being, if he ever moves his rook from the pawn, I've got this tactic again. Here and here, winning. And he has to be able to meet rook b7 where rook takes a6. So he's got to move his king pretty much. Now my king comes. Let's say he stays over here. Just want to show maybe a winning technique. We go here. And again, he can't take my pawn, so he comes here. And now my king comes up. Let's just say waits here, here. And now if I try this one, I'm ready to move my rook because I'm guarding my pawn. So this is where he starts checking me. But in this position, my king will start coming this way. Rook a1, king d5. And this looks like it should be winning because I'm just going to pick these guys up. So it's weird how just having this one pawn not on the perfect square, not on h7, where it might still be very good winning chances, but much easier here where I can start picking pawns up, makes a big difference. Anyway, all a bit technical that, wasn't it? Start with a little bit of a technical ending. Well, it wasn't really a technical ending because we just like put the ball in the back of the net quickly. I guess I better stick with this board now. That's a bit shabby, like, you know, 77.7 accuracy. I thought I was higher than that, and apparently, wow, I dropped the ball at a couple of points. So I dropped the ball here. So what did a blunder? Oh, of course. So we can go bishop takes knight and pawn takes pawn. I'm blaming it on the board. Yeah, so easy afterwards, isn't it? And then there's another mistake here where I played knight takes d5. Because he can go rook takes f7. So a couple of blunders there, actually. Yeah, okay. So that was... I thought it was a really nice game. That's always the case, isn't it? You think you played a lovely game, And then you put it on the computer, and the computer just tells you you're a complete and utter imbecile. So don't. What am I learning from that? Just don't look at a computer. Is the best thing. Okay, I'm getting rid of this board. Let's go Neo. That looks a bit nice. I'm going to try that. Okay, those pieces just, I don't know. I'm blaming the blunders in that game on the Neo pieces. But we started with a win. So we're obviously going to try and get as many points as we can. You know this tournament. It's the leading online chess tournament in the world. And look who I've got. I've got Anish Giri. Come on, Anish. Let's give the Dutchman a bit of Dutch, shall we? Let's give him a little bit of Dutch action. And, well, nothing would give me more joy. That's a bit sad. I was going to say than beating Anish, but I'm sure there would be things that give me a bit more joy. And we're going for a Leningrad Dutch. Why do I do a Leningrad Dutch? The Dutch I know the least about. Yes, Simon, very nice idea. And I always like pushing this A pawn to give some sort of nibble over on that side. So we'll do that because it gives us some idea of this A6. And this move unleashes the bishop. So makes logical sense. And here I'm just going to guard my pawn and give myself ideas of going E4 at some point. So he's pushed on. And the knight could come here. Looks quite interesting. E4 also maybe an idea, but there's a queen check here. So we maybe just bring the knight around. Here, he can take on A5 probably. But then bishop E3, quite interesting there. So this move very interesting actually. But we just come back because maybe a little bit too safe there. And if he moves this knight, I flick in A6. And I'm wanting to play, I think I'm wanting to play E4, maybe C3 as well. Okay, so I've got to swap off this knight. And which is the right way to play this? E4 takes, let's go for E4. And you should probably take here, which of course he does. Yeah, and he's got this lovely square here, hasn't he? So I need to shut that down. That bishop. And kind of get the knight out. Okay. I'm not taking this one because my light squares would be very bad. And I'd love to play C3, but then he comes into this square. So if I move my knight now, and then go bishop then go bishop E3, try to get my pieces out like this. And he obviously counterattacks with this idea. It's just a strong idea, yeah? Takes. Knight takes. I missed this move. This is annoying. Takes, knight takes. Do I have a good move there? I don't think so. Okay, I think I have to play this anyway. I don't really see what else I can do. I'm very worried about the queen coming in maybe just now, yeah? Not a very good game for me, this one. Queen D1. I think just finishes it. That is the end of that. Bad play by me. which is frustrating because, you know, should be playing better than that. Okay. Ah, well, not very good. Let's have a look where it went wrong. And that was, yeah, just not very well played, was it? So, okay. Obviously, Anish is cheating, as always. I think he's on Kramnik's list, isn't he? And, yeah. That is a joke. He's just a very good player. And I probably didn't make too many errors. How do we actually look at the bloody game? Okay, come on. No, let's just go back here and have a look. So it's quite interesting. And let's get. And I was quite happy in my position, sort of around here. It's like, you know, just unbalanced. And I didn't really want to play Leningrad Dutch, so I don't know why I started playing G3 and Bishop G2. That was like weird. And okay, here, knight here. I don't know. Yeah, maybe this is the start of where it goes wrong. Maybe my knight should be coming around this way, because I often like putting it on this square, but maybe it's not great. Knight A4 was also interesting, but it's a bit worried about this pawn being weak. I don't think he takes it straight away, but he can do. And now he starts swapping off my good knight. E4 seemed very normal here, because he's about to play this move, but maybe I don't even need to play that. Maybe I should play around it. But E4 I think is okay. I think we're still keeping the balance. And now, again, I was reasonably happy here, because positionally I think I'm sort of doing all right. But I don't know. I think I start to drift here. This knight is too strong. So as the computer says, I should be aiming to fight against it. And this is the way to put my pieces right. Bishop E3, Rook D2, and then put the knight on an F2. Because in the long run, his bishop is very bad. I've got a nice pawn structure. So this is a mistake, not probably. And I just forgot that he has this move. And as soon as I move my knight away, I lose control of C2. So this is actually a mistake, because I just lose control of C2. So I have to play something else here, and it's a little bit uncomfortable now, isn't it, for me? So here, and now I'm in trouble, because I have to move my knight back, which didn't really occur to me to move it back. And as soon as I play here, well, I only, when I originally played this, I only looked at this line, which maybe gives me some chance to survive. I don't like this line either, but of course he mixes up the move order and he just comes Queen D1, and there's nothing I can do. So well played game by him. And in the opening, this move order, yeah, maybe I should just be playing what I'm actually doing my chessboard course on, which is just like E3. This is it's the way to play. And also, interesting move here, it would have been C4. Maybe I'll try this next time. So I'm trying out the birds, because I'm just trying out some new ideas. And I'm playing some sort of unconventional sort of birds ideas. And maybe I'll try this setup in future. Looks quite interesting to me. Trying to move my pawns like this and get my knights behind the pawns. Trying to also, if D5 is played, get an extra central pawn. But not a great game, that one, for me. I didn't quite relax into it, and I had to play very accurately, and I didn't do that niche playing, doing well, doing a niche things basically. So yeah, that was annoying though, because it would be lovely to beat a niche, and you know, just allowing him to do what he did was not good. So frustrating game. Okay, let's have a look, see what else is going on. So Daniel Naroditsky is trying to win this position, which is a dead draw. When the king's in front of the pawn in an ending, it's always a draw. But Daniel is a very tricky player. This is like really drawn now. You can even get the rook here and take the pawn. Is he going to try to play this on 102 moves? Come on, Daniel. Come on, Daniel. Take the draw. Because there's an increment. Entitled Tuesday, you get time added on. So there's not really much point trying to flag, to be honest. But you can't say anything negative about like Daniel Naroditsky, because he is very well loved for good reason. He's a lovely guy. But offer the bloody draw, and you know, it's move 132, and there they go. Oh, they did agree a draw. There you go. As soon as I said it, he takes it. That's how nice Daniel is. He's one of the good guys. A couple more games going on until we get to round 3. What is happening here? It looks like black is going to queen with check. That move wins. And there we go. And the final game of round 2. And it's clear that I need to try and get a couple of wins on the board, as I always do. Is this one. Very hard to defend with the rook against the bishop and rook. But it is a technical draw. And now black is winning with rook. I thought this was the winning move as well, but it's not. Rook c1. White hanging on here for dear life. Maybe bishop there at some point. And it looks, how many moves do they got? Will white be able to hold a draw? Very tricky draw here. And how does black win this position? Wow, this is a great move. Now the rook doesn't have good square. Okay, but you're repeating if the king comes back. How'd you win this? White doing very well and holding the draw here. And they've nearly repeated the same position 3 times. Very close to a draw. Should be winning. And black's now putting the rook on the other side. Very good technique. And it's a draw. Very, very nice draw there. Very well held. And not easy. Probably winning at some point that for black. Okay, so we're 1 out of 2. We need to win this one. We need to play a little bit better. Niche played very accurately, and we for some reason as white we played a Leningrad Dutch, which I never do. I never play the Leningrad Dutch, so I don't know why I started playing the Leningrad Dutch against the niche. Now this is a very interesting way of playing with bishop d7. This move I don't know so well. I'm just going to keep it closed in the centre. I'm going to stop my opponent playing there. I quite enjoy playing closed positions. What I mean by that, I like it where the structure is all locked up. And this is also like a reversed English. And I want to start doing things over here. But I think a6 could be useful. And now this b5 idea at some point. These kind of, you look for your pawn breaks, and I've got a fair few pawn breaks here. My opponent playing a move which I don't really understand. So he's going to go for f4, but I should be able to stop that easily. But can I play a little bit more adventurous? How about this weird move? Because then I can go g5 and f5. I like g5 because it stops this f4 move, which my opponent's clearly trying to do. And I'm trying to take over some very useful squares here. Got the d4 square. Yeah, my opponent's got d5, but if he comes in here, then b5 played. And I can play b5. This check, though, is quite useful. And that's quite a good diagonal, maybe. But I think we can live with that. I think we can live with that because we're going to chase that bishop off that diagonal with a knight here. My opponent doesn't like that. Okay. So let's take over this square here as well. Trying to stop these pawn breaks whilst pushing with my initiative here. And not really too worried about this one. Again, it's thinking where I want my pieces. This knight seems to be quite good, so can I start applying a little bit of pressure to it? And maybe my queen wants to be on g6, do we think? It's not very good here. But if I go here, is this pawn dropping somehow? I don't think so. So I'm going to put it here because it lines up against the knight. It supports the move h5. h4 is now 1 threat. I do line up with the rook at the moment, and I'm hoping white doesn't have any way to take advantage of that. So this move, trying to exchange knights, okay. Takes knight. Okay, let's just keep going with my plan. I don't know if that move was good because my opponent had bishop takes f5. So I'm just getting my queen to what is, I think, a better square. Let's keep my knight. I love that knight. And now my opponent's keeping control of this square. But I can take here, and this is the other idea with putting the queen on g6 to put pressure on this knight. But now maybe bishop h5 is a little bit annoying because of this pawn. I don't want to take this one off. So throwing the rook to b. Okay, let's throw the rook in, and we're going to have to work around this bishop. It's only one piece I need to worry about. I don't know if I don't know. Maybe I can take this knight. It just I'm a bit worried about my opponent's light square bishop then, but I do have a great knight. I'm just thinking this knight's quite annoying. Okay, my opponent is just ignoring all of that, so I can now maybe win a pawn, but it could be a little bit irrelevant. Let's try this bizarre move here, because the idea of playing h5 I really do like. This is the annoying piece, so let's try to kick it away. Okay, let's kick it away. And my opponent's bishop does not have many good squares now. e2 is a horrible square. Maybe I can have played bishop takes a4 now. It's a little weird tactic. We don't need to do that. Now, oh no. Then he comes back and takes this. Strange position, isn't it? I kind of want to break over here, but can I do that? Okay, let's do this one. Some ideas are coming here, but also I want to go g4 and h4. Not sure about this. Aha, takes. Interesting. That's a good move for my opponent. Good move. Tough game, this. Tough game. Now he's going to get his pieces onto light squares. Where's this best placed? Here to keep behind a g-pawn. Really tough position for both of us. His knight comes in. Okay. Why am I moving so slow? Okay. Right, I'm going to stop talking now because I need to play quick. I think I'm going to win the exchange, but I don't even know if this is that great. Maybe he also has queen here to really confuse matters. I'm going to try to use the h-pawn to get some form of initiative, but really the position is really confusing the hell out of me. Oh, don't do that. What's the ending like? Is this ending any good? Maybe something better than the ending, though. The ending was the safe option, but didn't want to allow the check, but I could have taken a pawn with check there. Tough game, though, yeah? Oh, my queen. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus, Simon. Oh, just trying to be clever there at the end, but that was a horrendous blunder. Oh, no. I should have just gone for the ending and kept it safe at the end there. Oh, okay, I'm changing those pieces back straight away. Oh, whoa. Oh dear, that's really annoying. I mean, I was trying not to draw, and I just run into it, but everything was going okay. And tell me, what was the actual board? Was it Neo? Maybe this is all right. And yeah, I mean, even here, just something like Queen G3 is much better, isn't it? But this, I should probably be going check and just playing the ending, but that ending it's not that convincing at all, and I should just take this pawn now. This is not a good move, because after this one, yeah, I mean, Queen G4 would have been good here. I just can't play when I get short of time. Can't play at all. So we've started very badly so far. And I probably have to put the king back here again now. It's actually gone wrong already. And I forgot that my opponent can move the knight and attack the queen. But, I mean, this position is already gone. If I go back here... I mean, worst case, my opponent could go for this draw, right? With knight e4. And didn't really want to draw, so... Not very well played. Not playing quick enough or natural enough, so... Bad start. Bad start to Title Tuesday. We've had 3 rounds, and what are we on? 1 out of 3, yeah? 1 out of 3, okay. Has to get better. Has to get better now. Fuck it. That was poor. That was poor. Lovely opening, nice middle game. Seemed like I was in control, and then just around here we just let it slip. Lost control of the position. I mean, this is fine. And let's see if we can do better now. Okay, I've had enough of the birds. Let's mix it up. So we'll go back to D4. I think we'll do a bit of killer D4. We need to get a run of wins now. There'll be a break after this game. So let's see. Let's whack this one on the board. I'm going to play some more normal stuff. Okay, I'm going to play my little line now with F3. This idea. A lot of people call it the boar attack. This will be the next GingerGM video, DVD that we'll bring out. Course, whatever you want to call it. It's quite dangerous, this, for black. And this line, white's just a little bit better. You get like a good French defense because my knight is already on C3. And it's quite hard for black to attack my very strong center here. And this knight is very bad on D7. So I'm just going to move my pieces naturally. Now, is that an idea? Maybe. So bishop D3. Maybe my opponent could have taken that pawn. And I just want to develop, get the bishop on this beautiful diagonal. Look at this bishop. It's such a great piece compared to this one. And castle. So let's go for it. It doesn't matter too much what my opponent's doing. Is that knight good there? I mean, I could go H4 now. I mean, if there's an opportunity to push the H-pawn, I've got to do it. Try to move that knight away. And probably many other good moves there, but castling can't be too shabby. Standard idea this to get the knight to C5. My opponent has just got a bad French defense. It's always hard to get the king safe. I mean, I know that because I love the French defense myself, but there's certain sort of lines you really need to try and avoid. And this seems to be one of them, right? I mean, it's kind of in problems everywhere. If he castles kingside, bishop b1 and queen d3 is nasty. And if he castles queenside, well, he's got the c file. And if he leaves his king in the middle, how long are you going to last with your king in the middle? So I'm going to go g4 with the idea of just potentially trying to attack his king in the middle. Now, this move, as tempting as it is, maybe doesn't quite do it. Let's... Do I put the queen on d4? Okay, let's just do something sensible, like queen somewhere. I've got to watch out for my knight, though. So maybe my knight should come in. First of all, just get the king off this diagonal. My opponent, I feel he's going to run out of moves at some point. And he might have to commit his king. So is there any other way I can improve my position? Well, let's maybe sniff the idea of doing this. And now I'll certainly come in here because he can't kick it away anymore. Rook takes is the safest because it's a beautiful piece. But this was very interesting. The idea of using the d4 square as well. And quite a positional game, this one. And I think next I want to again try to play in every area of the board. So queen c2 and then f5. Because I need to control this square with one more piece before I can push the pawn. So queen c2 does the job there. Yeah, that was a shit start, wasn't it? 2 out of bloody losing that last game. Big. All right, we'll come back though. We'll come back. Can still get 9 points. Come on. And alright, my opponent's trying to do some stuff. It's always annoying when they try to do stuff. I prefer it when they just like basically lay on their back and die. You know, it's not as fun when I actually try to get counterplay. And this rook, I'd prefer it to be on c1 now, so it could come here. But so far, we're keeping things under control. But now he can castle. This is true. And we've won a pawn, but we haven't got this beautiful diagonal here. Let's give that rook some place to go. And we might just have to be a little bit technical, but you know, it's not as clear as it was. Maybe you can play f6 and start breaking over there. He's trying to come into this square. All right, let's change up plans. And is it time to push here now? Or do we just keep things under control? f6 seems like the move he should play. And maybe I should start trying to play for an attack on the king side as well. I like this move because it plays against f6 and we have a hook, so we're trying to open up his king a little bit there. g5 and just play on both areas. I don't think this passed pawn is really going to win me the game at the moment. It might do an ending, a pure ending, but we're a long way from that. Nice diagonal for the queen. Okay, he's going to try and come in here. He's finding some good moves. So I'm going to attempt to block that. But his other bloody rook's coming in. He's finding some counterplay. It's just always annoying. Okay. He's got this square. He's finding some very good counterplay. What am I doing? What am I doing again? Okay, let's just... I mean, fuck it. I'm playing far too, like, sensible. I'm just going to roll the dice now. He's short of time. I'm regretting rolling the dice. I'm just going to just hopefully do something over here. He's playing very well, though. Stop playing well. Fucking hell. I hate it when they play good moves. Oh, dear. At least my queen is good. And there's no checks for his... no checks. He has queen. His queen bizarrely has no checks. No good checks. Yeah, that's annoying. And knight here, he's bound to have a perpetual, but okay. Let's make him do it. Can my king escape these checks? I can't see how it's going to escape. Can you? I have to go this way. Trying to think of a way to avoid the draw. Oh man. I swear there was a free fold repetition there somewhere. I could lose this as well, yeah? Could easily lose this. Oh dear. A bit nervous here. Wow. He's got a pawn, it's not stalemate. Oh my words. What a ridiculous game. I so badly needed to win that game as well. And I expect at the end I'm probably in trouble. I'm probably like getting mated somewhere. But I'm pushing maybe too much to try and win. I should take draws, but they say fortune favours the brave, and again, I let that slip. Right, I'll be back in a second. There is a little break now. Just got to check on the cat. So I'll just pause Title Tuesday. I hope I remember to turn it back on again. Back in a second. You won't even know. Okay, so we're back again. We're on a rather miserable 50%, but there's a load of rounds to go. We're in round 5 of 11, and I'm going to, like I say, stick with my normal stuff. And H4 is actually my normal stuff, believe it or not. The Harry attack, quite dangerous. And now we get some weird King's Indian defense line where this pawn could be a bit of a target. So I'm maybe going to try to just see what black does in the standard position where I have these G4, G5 ideas. Okay, so he's going for this one. Here, maybe he's going to bring the knight around here. So can we put a bishop here? Bit strange, but I want to keep control over there. And now I'm even tempted to play this. Let's do it. The one break you want to watch out for is F5. And I've well and truly stopped that, but what do I do to continue? Well, this knight doesn't seem great, does it? I mean, I want to try to get my knight to G around here, and I also want to make this bishop bad. So I think I'm just going to eliminate this knight. Now, I'd love to get my knight here just to have that one, but maybe I need to put a pawn therefore on that square, so that means I've got to move the bishop back. And as long as I've got things under control. He's playing very quickly. Now this would lock it up a great deal. I don't really want to lock it up that much because if I want to win this game I've got to have chances over there. So I'm going to maneuver my pieces now. I mean, I might have to lock it up and just try and break through, but it's going to be really hard to win the game. So I need to get my pieces to better squares. So okay, so how do we do that? Knight on E3 or knight on G3, knight here. Swap off light square bishops would also be good. Okay, so if I get rid of the light square bishops, my first idea is to try to use this square. So I really want to get a knight to this square. So I'm trying to arrange that, and now he's ready to break. And like I mentioned, if I want to win this game, I'm probably going to have to allow an area of the board to open up. Just improve. So I could block it up completely, but that would not be good. And Let's just try and get an open line. He's playing very quick. I'm very slow today as well. I don't want to put my knight in there where it can be taken, so I've got to somehow deal with these guys as well. Another idea was knight b5 to get rid of them. I really wanted to swap off the light square bishop to get rid of one piece that's controlling the square, because my idea at some point is to put this in but not allow the exchange. So my opponent has now gone for the most aggressive move. And this could backfire for me, but again, if you want to win the game, you can't close up all the lines here. He's got many interesting moves here. Every single pawn move very playable. And another sort of positional thing I'm trying to do is play against the bishop. So I'd love it if this bishop remains locked in. So it's just little positional things that we're trying to achieve here. And if he takes here, I have to get rid of my nice knight. Okay, not the end of the world. We just can't let that bishop get out from that pawn. And we've had to do these things to open up lines. And I will go here because it does get rid of one piece that's controlling that one. Now I just have to get rid of the light square bishops. Easier said than done. His rook's coming in here. So I could go here now. But I think we're going to bide our time. The only pawn break I can possibly have is this. So it's looking very hard to win this now, isn't it? I'm going to have to move this knight back. Have to try and get this somehow to work. How do we ever get that move to work? And I had the opportunity to get rid of light square bishops then. I should have probably taken that, because then I could get my knight to this square, but I still need to open another area of the boards. Okay, so I'm going to do probably this now, yeah? Also got a3 here. Do I take the chance? Okay, I'm going to take the chance to try and open up that area. And this is the long-term strategy, as we are aware. So in we go. Things are looking a little bit better now. Did I miscalculate that? Can I not take there? No, it drops. Queen takes. I could try to get my queen around the back. Oh shit, time. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this. Gonna try to win this pawn slowly. Knight's gonna have to come back. This is what I meant about trying to win it slowly. Very slowly. So softly spank that monkey. That sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? It's just the bishop. The bishop is so bad. If I was black, I'd be trying to get it around like this. But not easy to do that now. These endings are going to be uncomfortable for my opponent. Trying to get in on the back, Winston. And this is the dream. This is the dream. My king quite safe here. Let's get the king even. Oh, I've allowed the queen around the back. Fuck. That was really silly of me. Why did I do that? Why am I doing this to myself today? Allowing all this counterplay. And now the rook comes in. What have I done? Wow. Got to play this if I want to win. And here it's just a draw, right? Fuck. Oh, that nice positional stuff, and just falling into a draw. Fucking hell. This is a bad day today. It's going so smoothly, and we allowed that counterplay. Just really slack at the end. The knight was dominating the bishop, and even moving the knight here straight away is just not correct. Yeah, There's no... I don't need to move the knight in. This is completely positionally winning. Let's just move the king to g3 first, because now I stop this idea. I can swap queens, I can swap rooks, I can do anything here. And it's a very easy win. Okay, knight f5, not right. And now king here, certainly not right. I mean, the safest way to play this, just keep the knight on e3. Why am I moving that yet? Keep it solid in the center. Just try to swap the queens off, not like that. You know, why don't I just try to swap the queens off or swap the rooks off? That would be another very easy way to win. Just get, you know, these endings are going to be horrible for my opponent, right? Because again, the knight is dominating the bishop. And I can, you know, again, just put my knight here at some point. Move my king across slowly. Just do it simple. But the way I did it was really bad. And you can see that things are not quite clicking today. I even allowed my opponent the opportunity to play rook a1 now. And the amazing thing is that, okay, after this, it's just a perpetual check. But I was annoyed with my play. The amazing thing is, if he goes rook a1, threatening all of these checkmates, my position is so good positionally that I think I can go queen takes here. And after here, I just go rook b8. And I can just sort of do this kind of stuff. The queen is pretty irrelevant. He can't really do much for the queen. My knight is such a domination. So my strategy actually kind of worked out all right in that game, but just my end ability was yet again very poor. So we're sticking to 50% at the moment, and I'm going to need to sort my shit out now. Fuck a duck. What's going on? Bit of a slow week this week. Everything's, well, not slow. There's been too much going on. This happens in life, right? And you get thrown a bit off course. I'm trying to think of excuses, aren't I? Just don't bother thinking of excuses, Williams. You don't want to hear my moan stories. And yes, there's good weeks and bad weeks. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait to have a really good night out on the beer at some point soon. I'm still training for this boxing match, which is in about 4 to 5 weeks. And I have a beer or two on Fridays. But you know, it's bloody boring. Sometimes you just want to have a beer when the weather's nice, the sun is shining. You know, I ate a KFC yesterday. Why don't I just have a beer instead of a KFC? Same calories. What am I doing eating chicken when I could be having a beer? You know, if I want to get some calories in my body, do something that's gonna, you know, widen the mind a little bit, open the eyes. I'm not playing this Leningrad crap again. Back to the chess. We need 3 out of 3 now. Otherwise, I'm not a happy bunny. So let's get 3 out of 3. And we're doing this dodgy pawn sack line, which I used to play 20 years ago. This one. And if my opponent plays pawn takes pawn, it is dodgy. But there's loads of tactical ideas in it, and it's very exciting. And in blitz chess, unless my opponent is cheating or knows the line, it's very hard to navigate the complications. This is actually following a game of Spassky's. Spassky played this as black, and Spassky's opponent played g4. So this is a very old game from fuck knows when, a long time ago, because it's old. And the whole point of c6 is we now get some quite cool stuff. And I think I should be better now, because this knight c2 is always hanging, and I'm going to be able to grab the pawn on g4. And there's also the threat of bishop f5. So what about this pawn? This is certainly a temptation, but so is this move. Oh, don't tempt me with... fuck it. I mean, I'm not even going to calculate it. You know, when you see the opportunity to lose a rook, just don't calculate. Just say to yourself, fuck it. And he's not even going for it. Wow. He doesn't even want it. He believed me. Believer. You're a believer. Okay, I mean, it was probably a load of nonsense. And now I'm thinking, what am I doing here? Okay, can I go here and give up the whole house? Have I actually lost my mind? Okay, this allows... Well, we don't care anymore, do we? Have it. Have it. Because they're all coming in. And in like Errol Flynn. We've got this little check. Gonna slide this baby over. The bishop's coming in. The knight's coming in. And I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer and I'm dreaming and it's and I saw her face. Never was a big Beatles fan. Can you believe that? Loads of people love the Beatles. I just never, I don't know why. What's wrong with me? Why don't I? The Beatles are good, but I've never been a major fan. Whoa, I don't think he should have gone there. You shouldn't have done that, governor, because now you're going to get absolutely spanked. Look at that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. This is the way to win chess. Don't think. Just give up rooks and checkmate. And the point is the king goes here. Kaplonk. Whoa, that was more like it. That's why we play chess. And well, I mean, it probably wasn't sound whatsoever. Rook takes f2. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's not too unsound though. So in this position, I mean, I'm probably doing well. I'm doing fine, but this move is just like chaotic, right? This is chaotic mayhem. And basically my point was, the line I saw, and I'm not even going to look at the computer for now, the line I saw was here, here, and then let's say king f1 takes here, and then after this one I saw this, and I thought, yeah, that looks like some rock and roll, right? Because if the king comes here, I can swing another geezer over, and this is sexy shit, right? This looks very dangerous actually. So it wasn't complete nonsense. But was it sound after that? I mean, am I actually just a genius and I should never calculate, I should just play? Let's have a look. 89%. Well, that kind of figures that I might be not quite a genius. Okay, not yet. Not yet, Simon. Let's go back and have a look at the game. So rook takes f2, just mental. This was confusing, and I now really wanted to get my queen in the way. My bishop's... Sorry, get my queen in the attack. My bishop's in the way, so I thought, well, let's move it somewhere that lines up with a king, so my queen can get him. And after bishop e3, well, obviously I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. I can't retreat the rook now because I've got too many pieces attacked. I've just got to keep chopping. And the key line here was after queen here, my opponent took here, but why didn't he move his king back somewhere like h1? This is what I was worried about. Because if the way he moved it, he got checkmated. If he moves it here, I take the bishop with check. Then I take that one. But if he goes king h1, I wasn't, I'll be honest, entirely sure how to continue and play for the win. And I think we do have a draw, as the computer indicates, by a perpetual check. By taking... But we don't play chess to perpetual check, do we? And this would lead to a perpetual check. I don't think his king can come out because this is going to be too strong. And we're just going to repeat like this. But king h1, do I have any way I can play for a win here? I was hoping I could go queen takes here, and after this move play this position on. I mean, maybe I can play for a win like this. The computer indicates it might be playable, but I'm not better here. If I can somehow reroute the bishop around to e4, this is playable. But it looks like my opponent missed one line there, which would have taken a lot of sting out of my whole attack. Now the scores on the doors at the top. We've had 6 rounds, right? We're on 3.5. It's not terrible. I shouldn't get so downhearted. We got 5 rounds. I can still get my ginormous 8.5 if I just win every game. But let's just do it in little segments. There's a break after round 8. So all I need to do is just win the next 2 games. Come on, and play like I did in the last game. Like I've, I don't know. Have you ever seen that show with Dennis Pennis? It was really good. It's an old show. I mean, let's play like I'm literally, done a bucket load of stuff, and I'm just like, kill mode. A bucket load of caffeine, obviously I meant, and kill. That's what we need to do. None of this boring. What was I doing the first 4 rounds? What was I doing? Was I messing around with? I was like, was in another world. I was just like trying to play like someone else. I was trying to play like some boring chess player. It doesn't work. You got to be yourself. You got to, you know, embrace the mayhem. Okay, there's loads of games going on. Let's have a look at some of the top-rated games. The problem when you win too quickly is you've got to wait. So that is the problem. Polish fighter struggling here against someone. And this should be winning. Maybe not now. This is... Wow. Oh. Winning. Who won? Who won? White won because black timed out. Wow. Is this winning? I think it's a... I don't know. I don't know if this is a technical winner or draw. I got a feeling it might be a draw with the opposite coloured bishops. Because as soon as you get something like this, black can set up with bishop here. And might be a draw. Might be a draw. I'm going for a draw actually there. Okay, what else? Always... Okay. Daniel Naroditsky against Yakov. Two quite legendary players there. Any other names that I recognise? No, not really. Well, Kovalenko. Kovalenko. Interesting story. You can see by his profile picture there that he is actually fighting in a war at the moment. Kovalenko. He's in the Ukraine war. He's signed up for that, and he's still able to play Title Tuesday most of the time. So a lot of respect to him for doing that, and I can only imagine how hard. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? How, you know, we're sitting here, you're watching me talk shit, play shit, have a bit of a giggle, you know, little Tuesday, bit of mayhem, wherever you are, hello. You know, I hope you're enjoying it. If you got this far, you probably are. Cool, nice one. Cheers, boss. Whether you're on, you know, your barge, your house, wherever you are, it's cool. But to think that there's a war going on where it's literally another world where you're fighting for your survival, for your country's survival, and you know, everything. I can't imagine how hard it would be. You know, just seeing people you love die all the time. I would imagine it's just like, it's just a fucked up world, isn't it? It's fucking mental, really fucking mental. I mean, like you know, there's no point thinking too much. Yeah. Whoa, sort of spins me out a little bit, and yeah, it's you know, we do put these things back ahead. It's like, yeah, we all have bad stuff happen. I know, but you know, I've got friends in much worse situations than me, and yeah, it's just weird. The world is weird. Right, let's try this line again. How did we get on? Did we lose that game before? I'm going to try this little line again. We did lose that bloody game, didn't we? In this gambit, I think Boer attack. Someone said there was an American player, surnamed Boer, who made this popular, did some good work on this idea of E4. But I've also known some other players play this, like Jonathan Hawkins, Grandmaster of England, could call it the Hawk attack, therefore. And it's a very dangerous line. If black doesn't know what he's doing, I think he's got to play bishop d6 now. I'm also trying to remember what I'm supposed to be doing here. Black's got to be incredibly careful because e5 can be a very strong move, and my opponent has allowed me to play e5. This is all going to be in the forthcoming GingerGM video course. I don't know if I should have gone e5 first or check first. Not entirely sure. I don't know if he can take here now. Probably should do. And now, again, got to remember my theory here. Takes. Bishop comes back there, and then, or do we take the bishop? You see, there's two very good. Okay, we'll take this one. I should know this line. I should know this line, but I don't. And now we have some check with the king coming here. And then another check. It looks very dangerous for my opponent. Also, castling is quite a tempting move, always. Where do we check? I mean, castling. Do I just castle here? I might just castle. Oh no, because then he checks and castles. I want to stop his king from castling, so let's give a check. Got to go king d7. We might as well force this one. Now bishop here. Okay, I'm going to castle now because his king will be permanently stuck in the center. I was thinking about this check, but then king here, check, and maybe he survives. And I just feel my position should be better than it is. It's weird. Okay, I'll play here, but I'm not sure. Maybe you can go bishop d6 in. This hasn't gone. Again, this is just the way things are rolling today, right? This hasn't gone as well as it should. My position should have been a lot better than this. But his king is still in the middle, so it's just a very unclear game now. Got the rook coming in. Got these guys as threats, but he's also got some attacks here. But I should have had something much stronger there. Again, just slight. I was looking at these lines a couple of weeks ago because I'm about to record this course, and sometimes they just slip through my mind because I started looking at some other lines, and I'm not as good at recalling information as I used to be. Jesus, age 40. Does it all go downhill in your mid-40s? I guess so. Does the brain start to dwindle? Yeah, I mean, it looks that way. Okay, but anyway, so we got lots of ideas. Now, this is actually quite a dangerous move because I open up his bishop, but my knight is very strong, and I can come behind with a rook move. So I think we should play this, and my position still looks very good. To be fair, I just think I should have had a win rather than looks good. Okay. And now can we do this one, or do we put it here? Obviously some stuff happening. This check. Okay, I think I'm just going to go here. Oh. Here, I was going to say, but rook c1 is interesting. But then b6 probably helps him. Okay, we'll go here. Still very wild. Just don't. This is just the kind of shit I could just like fall into, even after saying it. So I think I want this one, and then some check, and use these diagonals. Now, if I go check straight away, queen e6 is quite a good defense. So I want this one, but rook g8 is key here. Now I can then check, and after queen here, maybe move the queen sort of somewhere like this. That's probably a logical move. Or, but just be nice to have something a little bit more bitey. Okay, this must be the best move, and check at least means I can't do this. So we do have this sequence now. Now taking, obviously not good. Okay, we'll go here as a plan, but this is I don't know. My G2 spot is weak. My G spot. It looks a bit weak, doesn't it? Okay, well he's dived in now. That should be good news to me, but this is an issue. So we have that one, thankfully. And it's looking good. His bishop doesn't have any good squares. And as long as I don't flaff this up. which I'm kind of famous for doing. The flaffer, or Flaffsville. We're actually threatening checkmate there. We get a win. So, probably always doing alright there, but I want to double check the opening because this line is very good for white. Around about here, I know that this move is just a mistake, and white should be doing very well. So I did play the right move. This check is correct. He has to block. This is correct. Now he can't move the knight because rook f1 is actually winning. Those of you who have been watching a lot of my Title Tuesday may recall this rookie. I've won a game in Title Tuesday with this before, and this queen takes f7 is very hard to meet. This is better than castling because if I castle, he has checks on this diagonal. He has no checks now. But after bishop takes b5, this was correct, and now his bishop's on pre, so he moves it back. So what should I play here? Queen e2 was correct. King moves, and now I should keep checking, should I? Of course. Why am I so... This is the kind of blindness I'm seeing today, guys. I'm so concentrating on checkmating his king, keeping it trapped, like with these kind of ideas, getting a rook here, that I'm just forgetting there's a simple idea of winning the bishop on g7. And this should be straightforward stuff, yeah? I mean, it doesn't matter what I do. I can take here first, or I can check. And here I was only looking at checking, but why not take a bloody pawn? Look at that. Game over. I win a piece. My king is perfectly safe. I can block any checks by moving the knight back. I'm just going to be a piece up. Very easy win. So that's how we do it. I think the move I play is quite a human move. And we should still be winning around here. Bishop f4. I've still got a nice advantage. And still got a major advantage in these lines. Maybe there's a better move than that. b4. Okay. Hard to find for a human, that move. This move's still good. And I can actually play queen takes f7 here. See, that is a tactic, again, I should be spotting. Rather than defending my knight, which was a sensible human move, this idea is just crushing. Because it doesn't matter about my knight. My knight is a great blockader of his bishop. Let's go for the kill on c7. So that was another missed chance. And here, it wasn't so clear after this, I feel. And my opponent now did play bishop d4. Ah. Oh, shit. I missed this move. God, that's checkmate. Did anyone see that watching? If you did, well done. Oh, my words. You see that? Bishop takes d5 would have been checkmate. Wow. Okay, anyway, big game here. This is round 8. If we win this, we can still get a massive score. But we're playing a Grandmaster. We've got to up our play now. We've got to start playing better. I'm going to go for... Oh, it's going to be a boring dragon. I hate the boring dragons. Can't you... Oh. A bit... Okay. The reason I play the dragon is because, you know, we want some... We want some fun. Fire your guns down. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. And these lines, the Karpov variation, I actually do get in a bit of trouble in this variation occasionally. Not sure if this is the correct way to play. Giving up the bishop pair, trying to get some chances over there. Let's just see, because I might want to grab that some dart squares here. Let's play it. It makes the position more interesting. Double edge, of course. I don't know if I come back here or even this little weird move. I'm going to come back. That's my idea. It just felt like maybe there's some interesting things happening over here. Trying to create some... I'm basically trying to create some, again, a bit of mayhem from nothing, really. And the position was not necessarily needed to have this kind of shit going on, but it just seemed interesting. And now maybe... I mean, his bishop's very well placed here. This is the only thing that's like... yeah, annoying, but... well, not the only thing. There's a load of annoying things, but okay, we'll just deal with it. My knight has some good squares now. Interesting position. I want to bring the queen over so I can try to kill. Maybe my bishop comes here even. Okay, now I don't think I should allow him to play this one, so we should take here and come back. Try to use some squares for the knight. Here, I'd love to have my bishop there already, but... oh, is there a bishop there tactic? Can't see it. Queen here, I can come back, most likely looking for a draw then, but we don't want that. Here, do we go in? Okay, so he's come back, and now we come forwards. Keep the threats looming around his king. And... well, it'd be rude not to go forward, so let's create a threat. But he is solidly defending everything here. Now, is this one really... fuck it, we've gone this far, haven't we? We might as well. There's no point going backwards now. And the point is, I might grab h2 if the opportunity arises here. And if he goes h3 here, take. My knight's trapped. He's played it. It's the thing with these good players, they find good moves. Takes. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to just have to go here, which is a little bit annoying because that knight seemed very nice there, covering some squares. But this is also a nice central square in the middle of the board. And I'd love to get a rook now here. So bishop here, king here, rook here. Or maybe I'll put king on h8, it's safer, yeah? Okay. Do we move the king or do we move the... I don't know. Have I just fallen into this shit? For fuck's sake. He's going to take here, isn't he? Bloody hell. Just allowed him to move his fucking rook to a good square. Oh, man. Stupid. I should have looked at his move and see what his idea was. Just fallen into it. Oh, I'm very annoyed with myself here. Okay. Anything in this? No. Nothing. And yeah, okay. This is bad now because I'm losing my best pieces, right? And this has just gone horribly wrong. Bishop d3. Yeah. Oh, it was looking like I was playing some quite good chess there for at least 2 moves. and then it went wrong. And yeah, with the bishop coming there, I think I can resign because I can't hold h5 in line. And he's finding these fucking annoying moves, unfortunately for me. And he's taking his chance, and yeah, it's the only way I can try to play this here. Bishop here. I can't see any way I can play this position. Can you guys at home? Takes here. Rook here. No, doesn't look good. Oh, I can't see any solution here at all. This one, what's this pile of shit? I mean, bishop takes, I go here. Best of a bad bunch. That one is what it's called. we'll fight a little bit longer. Because that's what we do. We torture ourselves as much as can be when we play chess. Knight here. Fucking hell. Okay, but my position was gone there anyway. Oh, that's very annoying. That means I can only get 7.5 and a bad time to lose. You know, sometimes you just know it's not your day. As I can only win my next 3 games and get 7.5 now. Is that right? So, and I think my position was looking all right. I mean, I don't know if it's better, but we had a very entertaining position around about here, didn't we? And this is, it's roughly even. But let's put the game review on quickly just to put ourselves in more dilemmas. So so there was a couple of chances. There was here. King H1's a blunder. Okay. And H3 was a blunder. So I missed two bloody chances. Okay, so what should I play? So Queen C2, switching angles there and just going to grab some pawns. Okay, but this is all right. And Knight F3, and now I miss another chance. I can actually grab this one. I assumed he would take here now, but Queen E5 is apparently good. It's a little bit too believing in my opponent here. Very complicated, but okay, I can do this. And the way the game went, I don't think this was a very nice idea. But why on earth did I not play Bishop H6 now? I mean, I know the computer actually says I'm in trouble here, but it looks really unclear. The move I played, I'm kind of losing after Rook F4. And well, you know, we do anything. Yeah, okay, the rest of the game there's no chances. This is just game over. So why on earth did I not play here? I mean, this looks to the eyes like I'm doing okay, no? So I'm surprised. Well, I'm always surprised by computer assessments, because with the rook coming to G8, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces over there. I suppose my opponent does have to find some accurate moves, but this looks kind of like dangerous, no? And I needed to play this anyway. Whatever happened, this move had to be played. I had to stop the rook coming here, and I had to try and come in like this. So there we go. Interesting, but interesting is not good if you end up losing, right? Any more games going on? There are games going on. There's going to be a break as well, so I might just pause this video and we'll come back to the last 3 games. And in the last 3 games, I can still get 3 points, funnily enough. 5.5. So I can still get 7.5, and 7.5 is better than 7. Like 2 pints is better than 1 pint. 1 pint is better than half a pint. Well done. You're with it. So I've got 7 the last couple of times. So I'll still let's still try to pump for this 7.5 score. And I just need to sort my shit out. I seem to be like playing. I don't know. I'm not even sure I'm playing better now. I don't think I'm playing very well. But I'm not playing like a complete and utter cretin either. Or am I? I don't know. What do you think? Am I? Maybe a bit of a cretin. A little bit of a cretin. But okay. Let's have a little break and we'll come back with the last 3 rounds. And we're going to try and... Let's just have some fun at least in those rounds. Let's just like sack and win. You know, that's what we got to do. No fear. Right, so we're back and we're playing, well, a guy I have a lot of respect for, Ukrainian Grandmaster, Golubev, who is, we mentioned the Ukraine war a minute ago, and like fate has it, it's sort of we have one of the guys who's very I don't know if outspoken is the right word, but very highly spoken on what's happening there, understandably, as he lives over there and is experiencing it. So we're getting quite interesting. He's trying the black line against me, the cheeky bastard. And now he's going for sort of ideas like this and knight in here. So maybe we'll put the queen here to try and stop both of these possibilities. I might have bishop d2 and I might have e4 as my next ideas here. And yeah, Golubev is also a dragon player. He's a very aggressive player. That's another reason I have a lot of respect for him, just for his attacking chess in the dragon. He's had some great ideas throughout his life as well there, and still does. But back to the game, and he plays the black line. I haven't played the black line for a while. I was kind of forgotten about the black line. What's the black line? It's a mythological creature. Okay, I think I should take this one. And now he's going to take this one, right? Okay, this is getting a bit messy, isn't it? So if I go, I don't like the idea of going e4 takes and grabbing that one because my knight might get trapped. So I'm keeping it a bit more sense. Oh no, don't. Oh god, I nearly pre-moved e3 there, which would be just a horrible blunder. And if I go here, yeah, the openings turned out pretty decent for my opponent here. I'm going to have to play it a little bit boring, and he must be at least fine, possibly even a bit better here, because he has a nice center, right? He has a good central structure, even if he takes, but he's probably looking for other options. This is another option, stopping me playing e4, which is the move I want to play. But it's not the end of the world, this. It's just not a very exciting position for me. I don't have many active ways to play. I've got to get my light square bishop out. I don't know if it wants to come to g2. Kind of feel now I probably want to go for a double fianchetto because it doesn't have anywhere good on this diagonal to go to. And I might better add some pressure like this. In the position, but he has the center, so it's normalish position. Now if I play here, then he will take. Do we play for e4? Okay, again I'll just put my pieces on what look like sensible squares. Try to go for e4 on the next move. And amazingly, I seem to be a bit quicker than my opponent, which is one thing I've got to use here. Bishop f6. My knight can try and come there. Okay, so another good move for my opponent because he's keeping control of this square. So I think I need to... e4 takes. Yeah, that is a good move because his knight is also coming in here in a lot of variations, which is very annoying. I'm thinking knight h4, but then there's a number of exchanges and that knight comes in. Okay, I'm going to take this one because I don't like my options really. Not too worried about this. His bishop might get trapped. I'm more worried about this one, where I might have to play bishop e3. Do I have to play bishop e3 then? But then he comes here. Alright, I'm going to play here and bishop e3, but this is getting more uncomfortable, especially the way I'm playing this. And this pawn will at some point become very takeable. Like now, maybe. So bishop e3 takes b3, a4, king here. I think I'm going to have to play this move. Don't like it. And what is my plan even? Here and then get the bishops off? I think I need to get these bishops off immediately, don't I? Let's try and get this bishop off. Try to exchange out of this slightly difficult position that I have. I say slightly difficult, maybe very difficult. My position is really uncomfortable, and I would not be surprised if he has a sacrifice now. If not, he can just build up the pressure. Rook here, king. Yeah, I mean, rook b3 is the simplest way to play. And he plays it. This is getting a little bit desperate now. I have to get rid of this knight, even if it costs me a pawn. I'm going to try and, if he takes on g3, get some tactics with this one. Because I need the d2 square to defend. But then he might have bishop takes c3. There might well be a sacrifice here. Would not, again, be amazed if he had it. And if he takes here, I have to play here because of knight f5. We've got an advantage on the clock, so I've got to try and do a bit of hustling on the clock here. Got to try and make that as bad a piece as I can. He finds a good move here. Right, so he's... Oh, he takes over... Oh... Pretty bloody stinky, right? Pretty bloody stinky. Well played to my opponent. That he did. He outplayed me. Good game by him, and that is enough for me. It always looked like it was going to be a rather bad title Tuesday after those first couple of days, games even. Sorry about that. It happens. You get the good and the bad, and like I say, my opponent he pushed well, and around about here seemed to be my last chance when maybe I should have taken on d6. Maybe that was the way to play, but didn't I really have too many fun games there either. Had that one Dutch game, but apart from that was pretty stinky, and I'm going to pull out the tournament now because the next two games not that interested in playing. It'll give me a chance to get some more work done. So thank you for watching, and it can only get better in future. Cheers. Goodbye for now.